So for this lab program, I will take one example. For this graph, we shall find out the shortest path from each and every vertex using Floyd's algorithm. You can observe here, first of all, this is a directed graph. Second thing is, I have taken a weighted negative edge, okay, negative weight. So negative weight can be present in a weighted graph. Okay, weights may be negative. Don't think that it's a mistake. Weights can be negative. So let's solve this graph. Let's only three vertices are there. Very simple graph. So let's find out shortest distance between each and every vertices. So in this graph, its equivalent adjacency matrix is as follows. Okay. 1 to 2 distance is 4, 1 to 3 distance is 5, 2 to 1, 2 to 3 there is no link, so infinite. Now we have to find out shortest distance from 1 to 2 and 1 to 3, as well as from 2 to 1 and 2 to 3, 3 to 1 and 3 to 2. See, direct links are there. Still, we can find out whether shortest distance is present or not. So this is the matrix D naught. In the algorithm, we start with the input matrix and we have referred to it as D. So this is the initial matrix, input matrix, that is D naught. Then we'll go to D1 matrix, D2, D3, intermediate matrices. And with each intermediate matrix, we'll take one vertex and we'll try to solve. So in the first step, this is a graph, input matrix, and then we'll be taking vertex 1 as intermediate node between. That is, if I want to go to 3 from 2, I will try to go with intermediate vertex as 1. That is 2 to 1 and 1 to 3. If you are going from 3 to 2, I will go through 1. That is 3 to 1 and 1 to 2. So when you take K as 1 as intermediate vertex, what we will do? These values will not change, first row and first column. And this diagonal zeros, it will remain same. Only thing we need to find out is 2 to 3 and 3 to 1. That is, we'll go to 2. From 3, if you are going to 2, we'll go through 1. Again, from 2 to 3, if you are going, we'll go from 1. That is, 1 is intermediate vertex here. We are trying to find out distance, whether we'll get the shortest distance if we go through 1. When you are talking about 1, this first row and first column will not consider. So matrix will be like this. D naught is the input matrix. D1 is the next iteration matrix. Here we need to find out 2 to 3 and 3 to 2. Because it will be 0, we are not worried about these locations. So 2 to 3 shortest distance, 3 to 2 shortest distance. So first let's see 2 to 3. D1 of 2 to 3 will be equal to minimum of D naught of 2 to 3. D naught of 2 to 3 is this value. So previous input matrix value, D naught of 2 to 3, comma. See, I am trying to go to 2 to 3. So first 2 to 1 and 1 to 3 distance. Okay, D naught of 2 to 1 plus D naught of 1 to 3. So this is infinite value. Minimum of D naught to, previously it was infinite value. Infinite comma, this distance is 7. So among 7 and infinite, minimum value is nothing but 7. So this distance is 7. Okay. Earlier, there was no path from 2 to 3. Okay, there was no direct node. You may see here, there is no direct node from 2 to 3. So from 1, we got one path and its cost is 7. Next, we need to find out D of 3 to 2. Okay, D1 of 3 to 2, which is equal to minimum of D naught of 3 to 2, that is minus 3, comma, 3 to 1, distance of 3 to 1 plus 1 to 2. Distance of 3 to 1 is infinite. 1 to 2 is 4. So this will become infinite. Among minus 3 and infinite, minimum is minus 3. So this value is minus 3. Okay. So this is minus 3. So we got one output. When we kept k as intermediate node, k is equal to 1 as intermediate node. This is the output matrix we'll get. Next, we shall consider 2 as intermediate matrix. For that, D1 is input. So this is the matrix which will provide as input. Now, vertex 2 is intermediate. When vertex 2 is intermediate, I will be finding out 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, 3 to 2 and 2 to 1. That is 1 to 3 distance we will be calculating, and 3 to 1 distance we will be calculating. So D2 of 1 to 3 will be equal to minimum of D1 of 1 to 3. D1 of 1 to 3 is 5. Okay, you can see here 1 to 3 already direct node is there, 5 plus 1 to 2, comma 1 to 2 plus 2 to 3. 1 to 2 is 4 plus 2 to 3 is 7. So minimum of 5 comma 11, answer is 5 only. So this distance is 5. Already there is a node here. So that will be the distance. I will not if you want to go to 1 to 3, there is a direct node. You need not have to go from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Is it clear? Next, D2 of 3 to 1. D2 of 3 to 1 will be equal to, already infinite is there, minimum of D1 of 3 to 1, which is infinite, comma 3 to 2 plus 2 to 1. 3 to 2 is minus 3 plus 2 to 1 is 2, which will be equal to minus 1. Minimum of infinite and minus 1 is minus 1. So this distance is minus 1. So this is the output matrix when you take 2 as intermediate vertex. Okay, so after second iteration, the output matrix is D2. Next, 3 as intermediate vertex. Graph is same, D2 is input. Okay, now row 3 will not change, row 3, column 3. Okay, only these two values. 3 is intermediate vertex. Now we need to find out 1 to 2 and 2 to 1. 1 to 2 and 2 to 1. D3 of 1 to 2, 1 comma 2. D3 of 1 comma 2 will be equal to minimum of D2 of 1 comma 2. So this value, comma D2 of, we are going through 3. 1 comma 3 plus 3 comma 2. 1 comma 3 is 5. 3 comma 2 is minus 3. Okay, so this will be equal to 2. So minimum value is 2. 1 to 2, we found out minimum value is 2. Earlier it was 4. Now, see earlier, if you wanted to go to 2 is 1 to 2. There was a direct path, but its cost was 4. Now what we have found out, we can go to 3 and from 3 to 2. So cost will be 2. Next, we have to find out D3 of 2 comma 1. D3 of 2 comma 1 is equal to minimum of D2 of 2 comma 1. D2 of 2 comma 1 is 2 comma 2 to 3 and 3 to 1. 2 to 3 is 7. 3 to 1 is minus 1, which will be equal to 6. So minimum is 2 only. So this value will be 2. Output matrix is, okay, 1 to 2, 0 to 5, 2, 0, 7. So this is the output matrix. Final distance, shortest distance between each pair of vertices. Okay. For 1 to 2, shortest distance is 2. 1 to 3 is 5. 2 to 1 is 2. 2 to 3 is 7. 3 to 1 is minus 1. 3 to 2 is minus 3. Okay, so this is the shortest distance among each pair of vertices. Same, I will input to the program. Let's see what output we'll get. Number of vertices 3. Cost matrix is 0, 4. So infinite, I'm giving it as 999. You can see cost matrix 0, 2, 5, 2, 0, 7, minus 1, minus 3, 0. Okay, 0, 2, 5, 2, 0, 7, minus 1, minus 3, 0. Is it clear? 0, 2, 5, 2, 0, 7, minus 1, minus 3, 0. Have you understood? So same output we got, least distance matrix. See, we are displaying the matrix itself. Output is in the form of matrix itself. Same, whatever we got through the algorithm, same matrix we are displaying here. Final matrix. Okay, this was the input matrix, D, D0, and this is D4, output matrix. Is it clear? Very simple program. Okay, very simple program is a very simple program. We'll just follow the algorithm itself. Okay. And algorithm, in the previous class also I explained. See, we are talking about one input matrix D, and we are manipulating the rows there only. We are finding out the minimum distance between each and every vertex, keeping one vertex as intermediate, starting from 1, then 2, k value. So two for loops, I is equal to 1 to n, j is equal to 1 to n, I and j values of the input matrix. Okay, d of I comma j minimum will take from the input matrix, comma we'll consider the distance with respect to the intermediate vertex. Intermediate vertex is k value. So this k value is provided with one more for loop here. Okay, for k is equal to 1 to n. If there are 4 vertices, each vertex will become intermediate vertex in each iteration. So one more for loop will come for k is equal to 1 to n. And this is the formula for finding out the shortest distance. Is it clear? So algorithm is this. If you return D, that is our output least distance matrix. Okay, this is Floyd's algorithm. Same thing is being used in this program. Okay, in this program, we have used the same thing. No particular new logic is introduced here. So main program, in main, we have a class Floyd. Okay, main class. In that class, we have defined the solve Floyd function, read function, and display function. So I will be calling those functions by creating the object. This object will call this function read. As the name itself indicates, read function means it will read the input from the keyboard. Okay, that is nothing but it will ask how many number of vertices and enter the cost matrix. That's that job will do read function. Solve Floyd function, what it will do is it will apply that, it will convert that formula, that equation is there, no? That is implemented here in the program. That formula is about that. This function will do that task. Display function, whatever output you have, it will be present in the distance D matrix. So we'll finally display the output. So in the main program, nothing else is there. Just we will be calling these 3 functions: read, solve Floyd, display. So read function is as follows. Read first scanner class will use to read input from the system. Enter number of vertices. It will read integer value n. It will store it in n. Create a matrix, reserve space D. Matrix is D, 2-dimensional array. And in previous 2 programs also, we have used n plus 1 into n plus 1 matrix size dimensions. Okay, here also 0th column and 0th row will not be using. We'll be using from first row index, from first index. Okay, 0th index will not be using. So from the first index, Okay, Eclipse screen is not shared. See others, what you are doing? Like I forgot, okay, to share the screen. Now is it visible? Okay, so for this program, I gave this program as input to our Eclipse, to our program, and see, this is the input. I have entered the cost matrix and we got the output least distance matrix. Okay, number of vertices and the input, I provided the input and got the output in the form of matrix itself. Okay, least distance cost matrix. Whatever matrix we got there, when you solve it, same thing you'll get output here. Okay, so we in the program, main program, so read function is there to read the input. Solve Floyd. This function will is like it is implemented to implement that formula, and display function will display the output matrix. Okay, read function, we are reading n value and then reserving space for the cost, vertices cost matrix. Here that matrix name is D. Since it's a two-dimensional array, to read the elements, we will be using for loop, two for loops. Okay, for I is equal to 1 to n and for j is equal to 1 to n. Okay, d of ij is equal to s dot integer. So we'll be storing elements one by one into this matrix D. D is our input matrix. That is about read function in our program. So once you read the content, next we'll call solve Floyd function. In this function, you can observe in the PPT whatever algorithm you saw, same thing. First for loop k is equal to 1 to n. This is to keep track of intermediate vertex, that is starting from 1. It will go to 1, 2, 3 if there are 4 vertices. So this will run 4 times. First it will keep intermediate vertex as 1, next 2, next 3. And then for I is equal to 1 to n, for j is equal to 1 to n. See, same thing, whatever we discussed in the algorithm, same thing it is implemented as it is. There is no change. Okay, d of ij is equal to minimum we need to find out. In math, from math function, we are calling, okay, from math library, we are calling minimum function, math dot minimum. Okay, it should be capital M, okay, don't make mistake here. From the math library, we are calling minimum function, math dot minimum. Minimum of what? D of ij, comma. That is, if you are trying to find out the distance between 3 to 1 and intermediate vertex is 2, this will be d of 3 comma 1. Okay, d naught of 3 comma 1. This is d of 3 comma 2, 2 comma 1. Okay, intermediate vertex value. See, same thing, whatever is there in the algorithm, it is implemented as it is. D of ij is equal to minimum of d of previous d value, comma 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, intermediate vertex. Same thing. So it will find out the minimum among these two values, minimum value among these two, and it will be stored in that particular location of the matrix. It will be repeated this many times, 3 times, 3 for loops are there. Inner 2 for loops to manipulate the content of the matrix. Outer, with respect to this vertex value, we'll be doing this. Is it clear? Same, nothing else is there in this program. Okay. major part is this solve Floyd function, and it is implemented directly as present in the our algorithm. Once you come out of the for loop, next we'll be calling display function, and here also directly we'll be displaying that matrix. Okay, D will be having the distance between each and every vertex. So least distance matrix will print, and that value will be present in D, matrix D. So it will be printing one by one. And one more system.out.println is taken here. See, once inner for loop is over, first row values we have displayed. So to go to next row, before we start printing the next row elements, we need one line, new line. For that reason, here one more system.out.println is there. You know how to display the matrix, right? Using for loop. So that is what we have done. Here it will be this system.out.print. Here println is not there, just print, because it will be printing one element one after another. After first row is over, it will print one line and second row elements are displayed. And one line, third row elements are displayed. Okay, program is hardly like 10 to main logic is this formula itself, and it is implemented directly. Read function and display function. So very easy program. Okay, very easy program. I will just provide one more input. We shall try for this input. Okay, for this input, matrix will be as follows. Wherever infinite is there, we shall substitute 999. 4 vertices, number of vertices. So its value will be is it visible output? So I have provided the input for this graph, and output is first row value is 0375. Let's verify. Okay, output is 0375. And this is the problem which we have solved in the previous class. So output is 0375, 2064. Okay, 2064, 3105, 3105, 5320. So 5320. This is the least distance matrix for the given graph. And by seeing the matrix itself, you can tell what is the distance between each and every vertex. And in exam, if someone asks you to display the distance between 1 and 4 or 2 and 4, minimum distance between 2 and 4 or 1 and 4, like as a modification, if they ask, you should be able to do it. Okay, everything is present in the matrix. So based on I, J values, you can display distance between each and every vertices. Okay, since we have kept it very simple, because 10A, along with 10A, there is one more program, 10B. 10B program is little bit complicated program, lengthy program. For that reason, this program we have kept it very short. Is it clear? This is a very simple and easy program. So next we shall see one more graph. See, my question is, can you give this graph as input to our program? How this graph is different from all other previous graphs? Can you give this graph as input to the program? Floyd algorithm works on this graph. See, major difference is this is undirected graph. So we have discussed Floyd algorithm for directed graphs. Question is like, if you give this as input, whether whether Floyd algorithm works on undirected graphs. That's the first question. What do you think? Floyd algorithm, does it works on this undirected graph? Whether it will work or not? How you can say it will not work? What is the logic behind that? See, for this graph also, we can write the adjacency matrix. Okay, you will get the adjacency matrix. Adjacency matrix represent the distance between each and every vertices. So if I provide this as input to Floyd algorithm, what Floyd algorithm will do? See, for it, this is just an input. What it will do is, see, direction is not there, correct? But this input, if I give, what Floyd algorithm will do is, it will try to find out the minimum distance between each and every vertices. So what's wrong? Why it will not work? It has to work, right? It has to work. I have given the distance between few vertices here that is present in the matrix. What Floyd algorithm will do is, it will try to find out the minimum distance between each and every vertices. Okay, let's see. See, let's try whether our program, which will give the same input to our program, and let's find out whether our program will work or not for this input for undirected graph. So number of vertices is 5 vertices. Second row value and third row. Okay, the least distance matrix. It is showing the distance. Okay, all of you take the screenshot of this output. So your task is to manually solve this graph using Floyd's algorithm and verify whether the output is correct or not. Okay, manually you should solve this. Okay, it is giving some output. The least distance matrix, it is giving the output. So take the screenshot. First of all, run the, anyhow, I don't know how many of you will really do this. Type the program, execute it, give this input, check the output, manually solve this problem. For this graph, you try to find out the least distance matrix and verify. Okay, today, along with the source code and screenshot, you also upload this solution. Step by step, whatever manual calculation you have done. See, however, like what the procedure in the way I have solved in the class, in the same way, taking vertex 1 as intermediate, vertex 2 as intermediate, 3 as intermediate, at each iteration, what is the output matrix you get? Okay, you have to solve it manually, and that also you should upload. Okay, no need to trace the program. This is a simple program. There is nothing much in this program. So manually you solve this graph. For this graph, you solve it manually. Check with the program output and whatever output you get, and upload it to the classroom. Is it clear? Along with the source code and screenshot of the output, you also upload this solution to this graph. Okay, and for Floyd's algorithm, graph input can be directed or undirected. in the while explaining, I have just taken directed graphs because directed solutions are difficult for that reason. This solution will be even more easier, but a lot of steps will be involved. So you have to do it like this, step by step. Okay, starting from D naught, like first graph, D naught as input, D1, you will get D1, D2, D3, D4, and D5. In your case, you will get D5 for that particular graph. So you have to solve it manually like this, step by step, and then submit, upload it to the Google Classroom. Okay. And Wednesday afternoon also I will take lab. I will be doing one more lab program, Dijkstra algorithm. Okay. Many more programs are left. For that reason, I have taken this extra lab. Wednesday also I will do. Wednesday afternoon also I will do the lab. Okay. So I will stop here. All of you mark your attendance. Today I will stop here. Okay. We shall continue in the next class. Thank you. And don't forget to upload the output to the classroom.